All right, YouTube Nation, do-it-yourselfers, pipe fitters, pipe handlers, pipe cutters, whatever you want to call yourself out there, we got the perfect video for you today. Wendell Lee Well Services coming back at you. Thanks for tuning in. Got a bunch of various different tools right here in front of us. We're going to do a pipe cutter review for y'all. See what works best, what doesn't work best, what's the best cutter in our opinion. So what we're going to do, got some, different size pipes here. 1 1/4 inch, 1 inch schedule 40, 1 inch schedule 80. Just going to do some short clips of showing how these operate. What's best, what's the worst, how long do they last, and the ultimate goal, right, is which the best one to purchase. What's the best bang for your buck? That's what we're going to get to. Before we get into it, be sure to give us a thumbs up, smash that thumbs up signal down there, help our channel out. Stay tuned by hitting the subscribe button as well. Be sure to support our channel for us and keep us going. We really appreciate that. And if you have any comments or suggestions about anything upcoming in the future, or if you don't like the video, whatever, drop us a line. We'll respond to it and adjust accordingly. That's what we're here for. All right, back to the bread and butter. So we work with pipe all the time, whether it's running water lines up under a house, whether it's installing a new pump, running pipe down in the well, whether it's up under a house, repairing a leak, changing a tank out. We're constantly working with all kind of pipes: copper, PEX, roll pipe, PVC, galvanized. It's a big part of our business every day, and we've struggled for years to find cutters, PVC cutters, that are worth anything, really, to be honest with you. Now, as you expect, we're constantly up under houses, in the mud, in the dirt, down 3 or 4 feet fixing a leak. So I can't say that we take the best care of our PVC cutters. They catch the devil and see all kinds of abuse and get thrown around on the ground, or something drops on it. That's just kind of everyday use. So we're a pretty good example of putting something through the ultimate rigorous test and trying something out, trying to find the flaws in it, and we found that. So going to go through 4 different brands here, and this was the first brand we started out with. This is the cheap version Lowe's. It's the HDX brand here. You can see not a whole lot to it. There's a little clip here that used to be on it. It's kind of like a little paper clip here to hold these handles together, so you can keep them from taking up too much room in your truck. You can see it didn't take long for that to come off. This little groove here that the ratchet sits on, it likes to, you get to the end and it'll kind of pop up there. Sometimes you get dirt in it, it can get hung up. This spring in here is not exactly the highest quality. It'll break, and then these don't want to ratchet very well. And then ultimately what got us away from these is this blade here. You can use this blade, and it seems like if you cut any kind of schedule 80 or any kind of old pipe, within 2 or 3 weeks of purchasing it, you're going to have a big chip come out of this blade here. And I'll just kind of show you. This is schedule 40. I got some schedule 80 over here I'm going to show here in a little bit. This is 1 inch. You can see 1 1/4 inch. They'll kind of go in there, but you got to kind of work it, and then even then it still doesn't want to go in there, and this sticks out of the way. You kind of get the gist. When you start using them like we do, they don't tend to hold up as well. But you can see I'm going to do a little cut here for you. Have to put a pretty good bit of effort in it. get what you pay for, right? Anyways, they don't do bad for somebody that's, you know, not using cutters every day. You know, they're not going to see the abuse that we put them through. So I think these are like $20 or so. So on to the next review. This is the quote-unquote mid-tier version of the pipe cutter that they sell at Lowe's. It's the Brasscraft. You can see it's built a little bit better, got longer handles, so they're easier to cut pipe for you. Got a little latch here where you can keep the handles closed for storage in your toolbox. Still has the same mechanism up here. That, you know, this is built a little bit better than the first brand. Pretty easy to ratchet. And then this, on these it's different, is this won't actually drop out of your teeth here and get caught up in there. So that's nice. But these tend to have the same problems as the first pair. You put them through any amount of use, this blade will chip within about 2 or 3 weeks of using them. Maybe we just don't know what we're doing. I don't know, but we've tried and tried and tried, and it seems like every time that's what happens. It's either that, or you can see this little spring here. There's a spring up under here that attaches to the blade to keep, you know, when you let go of these to pull the blade back, it's either the blade gets a chip in it first or the spring breaks, one or the other. But they do work better. You can see it's a whole lot easier to fit 1¼ inch in, and it actually cuts 1¼ inch fairly nicely. It's pretty easy to cut. Pretty good cut there. So these aren't bad for the money, but we still weren't satisfied with them. On to round 3. This is the Lenox version. This is the highest out-of-pocket item that they sell at Lowe's or Home Depot. These are pretty nice. I actually like these. You know, got a nice little clip here to keep your handles closed, which is nice. This probably has the sturdiest blade out of all the cutters that we've used. We haven't had any issues with this blade cracking or chipping. Whether you cut schedule 40, schedule 80, you can see you got all kind of room to get 1¼ inch in there. You're not fighting, making sure this comes all the way back to get the pipe in. And it has big handles on it too. I'm putting a little bit of effort into it, but not much. It cuts pretty good. These are my second favorite. The only issues we've seemed to have with these is you get mud up in here. It's got this notch you have to press to pull the blade back. And what happens is you get a bunch of dirt in here, and this won't start to work like that. It'll stick, or you get this hung up at the wrong place and it won't want to go back. You have to ratchet it a little bit more to do that. Or, no, I'm going crazy here, but hang with me. We're going to get to the end. If you mash them too far, they'll do like this pair, and this groove get up off of the teeth here, and you actually have to take a screwdriver and fight it to get it back on. These are a pretty good purchase. I think these are around 15 or 20 bucks, $30, $42. So these aren't bad, and we have a pair of these on the truck, but we were still in search of the best tool as we use these every day. So here we go. This is my favorite pipe cutter and my recommendation. This is the Ridgid RC 1625. I purchased this off Amazon for 49 bucks, and they're awesome, hands down. What I like about them is obviously they're smaller, they're lightweight, still have this clip here to keep them concise. Ridgid actually has made it fairly simple for you to change a blade out. If your blade goes dull, you just pop this little pin out, slide the blade out, put it back in, you're done. So that's nice. Here's the nicest part about it. The spring actually contracts easier, and like the other cutters, or unlike the other cutters, you don't have to go all the way to the end to get it to go back. You just like that, easy. And at the end, you know, it stops right there, so this doesn't have an opportunity to fall off the teeth and get caught up in there. ratchets easily just like that. And I'm actually going to cut a piece of Schedule 80 pipe now. And you would think, oh, these don't have as big of handles. It's going to be harder to cut, right? No. I'm putting very little input into this Schedule 80, which is the thickest pipe that I'm sampling for you today. Still pretty good cut. Yes, it does look smaller. It doesn't look like it would handle 1 1/4 inches easily. No problem. Fits in there good. These are my favorite. These are my second favorite. Like both of them, I recommend each pair. For us, these work better. We use these every day. We've had these on the truck now for about 3 or 4 months and haven't had a blade chip or haven't had to fight getting this back on the teeth, so it works well. Haven't had a spring break, haven't had anything break like that yet. You know, anything break on it yet. These are my favorite. You can get these on Amazon for about 49 bucks. $42, $30, and so forth. You get the picture. So, there's a cutter out there for you. Just imagine how much you're going to use them, obviously, and what's the best bang for your buck. But we're always in the mud, we're always down in a ditch, we're always under a house. The last thing we want to be doing is fighting a pair of pipe cutters, getting them to cut, or having them break. And another thing that is advantageous about these cutters is, you know, our biggest spot is we're also in a lot of tight places. So, you know, these are a little bit less big than these are. And this tends to come out to our advantage too. Sometimes you can get these in tighter places. They both have the same max OD, 1 5/8 inches, but these have a lot bigger handles on them. Sometimes you can't get these into tight places if you're down in a board well or up against the floor joist or something like that. So, quick review out there. Obviously, feel free to purchase whatever you want to, but in our experience, we've gone through every different cutter they make and still are probably going to go through these. These might break up in, you know, a couple more months. I don't know. You know how it is. You're always striving to get the best thing, but so far so good on these. These are our favorite so far, and we're going to keep using them and keep seeing what comes out there on the market. And if they make something else, we'll come back at you with another video and tell you about it and tell you how we like it. So feel free to drop us a line. Let us know how you like this video. Let us know how you like the cutters. Go out and buy you a set. You'll like them. I guarantee you'll like them. Thanks for watching. Check our website out at WendellLeeWellServices.com. Check our store out at WendellLeeWellServices.shop. WendellLeeWellServices.shop. Man, what am I saying? The rain's getting to me. Is it ever going to quit raining? Sorry. Tired of the rain, tired of the cold. WendellLeeWellServices.com/shop. And stay tuned for more videos. Thanks for watching.